first of all, let me show you the NetBeans IDE. So this is NetBeans IDE. It will be looking like this. So if you want to generate a new project first, go to the file, select new project, and choose Java here in the categories. Project Java application. Click on next. Sorry. And you can give your project name whatever you want and click on finish so that you can create your project. Anyway, I'm not creating it now because I'm having lots of projects already, so that is the reason. So this is the way you have to create the project. And once the project is created, you'll be getting something like this, like all these things that are visible to us, right? So Java application 23. So inside that you'll have source packages and libraries. Inside the source packages you have default packages. Right click on the default package, select new and select JFrame form so that you will be creating a new JFrame form. So I'm creating this one, new JFrame 1. Click on finish. So this is how you create a new JFrame form. So here you have a palette here. You can drag, drop all the buttons, labels, whatever you want. For example, if let us consider that we want a button, then you can just take the button here, drag it and drop it wherever you want in the screen that is visible. If you want to edit, you can also right click, go to edit text and edit to the name whatever you want. For example, let me create it as a login. You can increase the size, decrease the size, add background images, whatever you want, you can do that by going to the properties that is presented here. Go to properties, select the font, select whatever the font that you want, increase the size, click OK. In a similar way, if you want to change the color, also you can just change the color to whatever color you want. So this is how you can change this button. In the similar way, there will be many uses for all these things like labels. Labels are something which are used to write something that is visible to us. Buttons, like when an event is required to be happen, then you require a button. In the similar way, you have radio buttons, you have combo box, password fields, text fields, all these things you can try and you can explore all the things that are presented here. And in the similar way, you can also add the background images. So to add the background images, you have to first copy whatever the file that you want. Like you'll be having many images, right? Copy whatever the image file that you want. For example, if I want this image, which is update product.png, copy that externally. So wherever you want, you can copy that. And in the default packages, you can right click and you can just paste it here so that it will be visible to us here. And now if you want to add a background image, you can just go to the panel, select the label. So inside the label, you can add a background image and go to the properties. Here you can see in the icons, you have update products. So you can, this is how you can add a background image. You can add icons, all those things. Okay, this is about the design that you can do in the NetBeans IDE. Is that okay? Is it clear to you about the design? Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let me just go to connection. So we have provided the connection, right? So in our case, our file it is this one, our folder, this building management system, inside which I'm having many files. But as of now, first let me concentrate on the connection, how I have established the connection. To establish the connection, what you have to do is go to the libraries first. So when once you create a project, you'll have two things, right? The source packages and libraries. Go to the libraries. Here you have to just add one library, that is MySQL connector. So this MySQL connector, it will be easily available in the browser. You can just download that and you can just add that. Go to the libraries, right click here, add library or jar. Add a jar folder. Click on that. It will be taking you to here. So here whatever is the jar file that you can select that so that it gets added there. Okay. So I'll show that to you by adding it here. Okay. Go to the libraries. Right click here on the libraries. Click on add jar folder. And here inside the jar folder, you can just search for that. So in my case it is my SQL connector. Might be in downloads. This is one jar file. In the similar way you will be having that. That is my SQL connector. ITEX jar I have. Here is my SQL connector. Will be there. Where is this? In this folder only. Okay. So right click here again. Let us see. Add a jar file. MySQL connector is presented here only. Yeah, this select, click on open so that it gets added here. Okay. So this is the jar file which is required to establish the connection. And after that, once you install that here, what you have to do is you will have a window. So you can just minimize this, and you have a window which is services window. Search for services. Search for services, and once the services are visible to you, search for services window. Here in the databases, you have to add your database. Okay, go to the drivers, go to Oracle thin, right click, connect using, click on that. If it's already added, you can just close it. This Oracle thing we have already added that. And yeah, these are the two things that you need to do with the server. And once you add the library, here you can see because we have already added the library. Inside the source packages, I have created a folder called project, and inside the project, I have one file which is connection provider.java. In this file, I have written the code. You can see that this one. So all these things will be automatically generated. Here in the static, I have created a static class which is uh, connection, and inside that I have a try catch block. Inside the try, I'm just providing my JDBC driver, and this is my connection. MySQL connection. It is there. No, that is the connection. Username. This is my password, and this is how I'm just connecting with the database. Is that okay to you about connecting with the database? The thing is, you have to just add the driver and you have to write the code that is presented in the file. If you want, I'll show that to you again. You can just take a screenshot of that. Is that clear to you about this connection? Can someone respond? Okay. Okay. Now we'll move to our main file, that is billing. So we have a file which is billing. First, let me also show you my database. When we come to our page, that is billing, in the default packages. So this is our file basically. Okay, so this is our file. So this one I have added a GIF animated thing. And here if you see, this is again underline. All these things will be available in the palette. You can just take all those things from there. And these are automatically generated in the JLabel 5 and JLabel 6. For example, let me double click on this JLabel 5 and JLabel 6. I'll show that to you in the code itself. In the name also, name is a label and this is the text field. This is again a label, this is the text field. So in that way you have arranged. And here also the same thing. You have five buttons here. Add, save, four buttons, sorry. Add, save, reset and close. And we'll see the code for all these things. What should happen when we click on all of these things. And this is the J table. This J tables will also be available in the palette. So once you can focus on the design, since you're having lots of time, so just focus on the design first. You can explore all the things that are presented in the palette. and after that we will see. First of all, what should happen when we click on add? For that we will see the Java code. Double click on it so that it will take us to the place where the code is written for that particular button. So this is the code, okay? So here we are just taking three variables, price, quantity and total. We are having three variables. And here if you see, we are just taking all those things. So whatever is the thing that is presented in the JTEX field 7 and JTEX field 8, that is added to the price and that is added to the quantity. Let me open the design again so that I can explain you about the variable. See, everything will have a variable name, okay? Right click, click on change variable name. So this is JTEX field 1, okay? In the similar way, for example, this one. This is JTEX field 6, okay? And rate, it is description, it is for everything it will you will have a name. This is JTEX field 9. And quantity, it is JTEX field 8. In the similar way, all of these things will be having a name, individual name. So we are getting the things that are presented in these text fields and we are just storing them in the price. We are bringing the price and storing in the price. We are bringing the quantity and storing in the quantity. And in the total, we are multiplying these two things and storing in the total. Okay, that is what we want, right? Price into quantity will be our total price. So that is the total. And we are just connecting with the table here, table model. Here we are just taking the default table model and the J table 3 is our table name. And we are adding a new row into this table where it will be having JTEX field 6 and JTEX field 9. So JTEX field 6, what is JTEX field 6? That is project product name. This is JTEX field 9 is description. Okay, these two things will be whatever the things that are presented in the JTEX fields, they'll be automatically added. And the price, this is the price that we are bringing from the JTEX field 7. This is 8, this is quantity, and this total. All those things will be added to the table. Once you add all these things into the table, after that, we are making all the text fields to null, which is empty. Okay, and after that, in the final total, we have a variable where final total. In the final total, we are adding the total. This total, whatever is there, to that we are adding the final total so that we can just generate the final total. In the final total, we are just having a string. We are converting this final total into a string, and we are making that final total visible to us in the JText field 10. Let me run this so that it will be even more clear to you, so that I can even explain. We are bringing all those things from the design. We are storing that in the variables and after that adding into the table. And also in the total, we are making the JTeX field 10. In the JTeX field 10, we are making the final total visible. So you can see this one here. So this one I'll again say this to you like how it is being generated. Here if you see, you have to give any some random name. So this is presented in the database, okay? When you click on product ID, click enter, all the things will be added. All these things here if you want you can modify that to 4. So what we are doing, we are taking this rate which is price and storing in one variable. This quantity we are storing in another variable. We are multiplying these two things and storing in total. And now, when we are adding here, we are adding this one that is presented here. JText field 9 something is running shoes that will be added here. Rate, this will be added here. Quantity will be added here, and the total which we have multiplied will be added here. When we click on add and click on add. See, and this is JText field 10 where the total is being visible. For example, let me again take to this one. Click on add. Then this total amount plus this total amount what is there will be added and stored here. For example, click on add. See, these two things will be added and will be stored here. Okay. Is it clear to you? Whatever I have explained about the add, is that okay to you? Can respond. Is that clear? Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll focus on the next one. So we have click open. Now we have added all those things here. We'll give some paid amount and we'll click on save. We'll click enter. You will get some returned amount and we'll click on save. Okay. What should happen when we click on save? It should generate a bill for us. How the bill should be looking like? For that, let me just show you the code. This way. Okay, we are getting all the text fields and storing in the variable that is name, contact number, email address, and after that you have a separate directory which is F drive for me. In that I am just having itext PDF. So this itext it is used for the sake of converting into the PDF. Okay, by using this you can convert. This is also a jar file in the similar way in which you have added the MySQL connector. You have to add this itext PDF also. Here we are just getting all the things, and this is how we want the bill to be. Like in the heading you'll have billing management system. For all those things you can just write, right? New file output stream dot. So here the name is the name that we get from the text field plus JLabel team. Whatever is the thing that is presented in the JLabel 15 that gets added. And in the similar way you will get a paragraph. In the paragraph I'm having billing management, and in the next line I have a contact number here, and we are adding that to the paragraph. I'm taking one more paragraph, and in that I'm having date and time there. Whatever is the things that are presented in the date and time, I'll be adding them there. And in the same way, like PDF, I'm converting to the PDF table. In the table, I'm having few columns. Table one, which is name. First column is name. Second is description, rate, quantity, and subtotal. All those things you'll have. And for all these things, in the JTable, I'm getting all the things and that are presented in JTable 3, and I'm just getting all the values and storing them in N, D, R, and Q, and I'm just printing all those things in the table. So once I show the output to you, it will be even more clear. And what else we have? In the new paragraph again, I'm having a new total. This is JText field and is the total amount that we have, and paid amount. What is the paid amount of yours and what is the returned amount? And we'll have thank you for visiting. Please come again also. All these things will be presented there. So this is basically how we are presenting in a bill. Okay. Once I click on save, you'll be automatically generating the bill, and that bill it will be presented. It will be created in a F drive, and the things that are presented in the bill, they are all these things. Like we are getting all those things and we are making them to be printed on the bill. These are the transaction values. So with the date, we are also inserting the data into the transaction table. So that is the reason you can see once we get all the data, we are storing that in date, time, buyer name, contact, total, paid amount, return amount. All those things we are inserting the data by using an insert query into the table. Otherwise, if you are getting any exception, you will show that particular exception. Or if there is no exception, then you will be just getting a dialog box that bill is generated, and after that you will make this to be blinked so that it will become invisible, set visible of false, and after that it will be visible to you again, so that set is visible of true, so that it will be like it will be blinking once it will be closed and opened in a new way. Okay, this is how you generate a bill. Let me also show you the output so that it will be clear to you. For example, I have paid 10,000. The return amount is 500. Once I click on save, I'll get bill generated. It is a dialog box. Okay. Now there will be two modifications. So once it has blinked, right, it will be closed and opened. And two modifications, that is in the transactions table in the MySQL database, it will be added. Once let me open this. You can say have just now generated, right? That will be added here. Return amount, paid amount. And one more thing is in the F drive, you will be having the bill generated. So this is the bill, right? So this is how the bill is generated. You can just even more add even more things to this, like making them to center and all. So for getting all these things, I have written Java code. So instead of writing all these things, you can just simply write your total amount is in a paragraph, and you can just mention the paragraph also. Okay, instead of if you are facing in difficulty in this, what you can do is instead of writing all these things, the main thing is generate a bill, right? So instead of writing all these things, what you can do is so take a paragraph 1 is equal to new paragraph. Inside that you can just in a double quote mention your total amount is, and plus in plus you can just mention your total amount that is presented in the JText field text, this JText field text, so that that particular thing will be visible to us. Okay, is that clear to you about this, how to generate the bill? We have two more buttons, we'll just see them quickly. Is that okay to you? Okay, and now we are having our last two things, I guess. Not the last. First, let me show you the date and time also. So first you have to import this simple date time format, and also local date type. All these things that are required. Okay, it will be automatically imported once you just take the date and time. And here, if you see in simple date format, you can just take a screenshot of this date format. In the simple format, I'm writing DDMMYYY. So you can just see here capital M and D and Y will be small. Here also H will be capital, mm and S, this minutes and seconds will be small. So by writing this so that it will be automatically visible to you. This is about date and time. You can just take a screenshot of this. Now we are left with the two things, which is reset. Reset is simple. So first we'll make this to be closed and a new file will be opened so that it will be clear. New file will be opened. The same file but empty fields will be there, right? If it is new. You can see. First, I will be making this to be hidden by making that false, and after that, I'll open the same page again. And this is for the sake of close. Once I click on close, I'm making this to be visible to true, sorry, false, so that it will be closed. You can see. Once I click on reset, it will be closed and open. But once I click on close, it will be closed. Okay. Is that okay? Is it clear to you about the task? Is it okay to you about the task?
Yes, ma'am.